In the previous experiments, we have discussed about how to do preliminary design in PV-SYST, both for grid-connected system and for the standalone system. In this experiment, we are going to discuss what is the implication of near shading of anything like trees or other buildings on the solar panel. What will be the implication? What is the impact of those shadings in the output of solar panel is going to be discussed in this experiment. And regarding PV-SYST, we have three basic aspects. One is creation of grid connected project, another one is construction and use of 3D shading screens, and the third one is the meteorological data in PV-SYST. Apart from this, we have four main parts of the program. One is the preliminary design, second one is project design, as we have discussed in the last experiment. Third one is the database, and another one is the tools. Under PV-SYST software, if you download PV-SYST 7, this complete tutorial and the PDF document is available in that. We can download it and you can see how to do a sample project. Let us get into the project. I will close this and open the software. This is PV-SYST 7.0. This is also available in the internet. You can download it and the trial version is free for 30 days. After that, you will have to go for pricing and purchasing. Okay. So here 29 days left for me. I'm going to close and I'm going to start a grid connected project design. Only in project design you can do near shadings and all. Okay. Even in project design, you have two types. One is grid connected, another one is standalone system. If you want, you can add the database first. I'm going to add the database for my particular location. So I'm going to go for new one. When I click new one, a geographical site parameter for a new site is open and the Google map will be linked to my site. So I'm clicking on the locality and typing Chennai. Type Chennai and click search. Your location point will be dragged towards Chennai. We have to wait because the internet facility is too slow. I'm going to drag my point towards Chennai. See, this is my complete world map. When I click search, it has to take me to Chennai, but it is not going. So I'm going to take you to Chennai. See, this is Chennai. I'm going to fix my solar panel upon my college. So mine is Savita Engineering. So I'm going to drag you towards Sri Paramathur. Before Sri Paramathur, I have Tandalam here. Before Tandalam, I have this round block. So I'm dragging you towards the round block. I'm going to fix the solar panel upon this point and I'm going to accept the selected point. Upon accepting, I'll get these things: site name, which is Savita round block. Okay, it can be termed as a new one because I have another one saved already. So I'm going to import some data from Meteor data input, which is available from Meteor norm, NASA, PVGIS and NREL. I accept Meteor norm, so importing data from Meteor norm. If you want, you can click the sun spot at this particular location for a whole year or a particular day and see it, which is discussed in the last experiment. So importing the files, I get more information about the global horizontal irradiation for various months. So global horizontal irradiation is shown here. The temperature with respect to the particular time is also shown here, and particular month, wind velocity, everything can be seen here. And upon importing, you have to click on OK here. So it will ask for overwriting. Say OK. So it will ask what, do you want to save it? Yes, I'm going to save it, and the name of file is Savita round block new mn73. If you want, you can edit it and save it. Okay. Now I have saved the data, new one, it is saved. So I'll close this. So the data is saved. You can close this also. In the database, it is saved. This is the first step. Saving the location. Your location is the first step. Second, you'll have to click on grid connected. This is your main screen. In this, I'm going to do Savita 5 megawatt project. So I'm going to install 5 megawatt solar PV panel cells. So it is called as Savita 5 megawatt project. It can be taken as new, since I have saved another one, new project. Okay, and I'm going to load the particular one which I have taken. So I'm going to click this and click OK. So my new data is loaded. After loading, this is the second step. After loading, I'm going to save it. So saving will be asking for a new one. This file name will not be a Madras project. It is a 5 megawatt sample project. So I'm going to save it. Upon saving, this will be over. This second part is over. So I'll get variant here. This variant is for calculating the total results and run the simulation and getting the results for various different combinations of everything. Everything in the sense it is for various inverters, various arrays, various type of solar panels, various type of tilt, and everything can be calculated using different variants for the particular location. Now I have fixed the location for the project. I'm going to do work on main parameters. Optional parameters can also be taken. Okay, but main parameters should be defined. Optional parameters can be taken, and you have to run the simulation. This is the 3 subdivisional steps. First step is saving the location. Second step is calling that location and saving the project. Third step has 3 different subdivisions. One is main parameters giving and optional parameters, and then run the simulation. At last, you can download the report. This is the overall project. Before that, you can see the system overview. System overview is not defined, so it is saying as default 30-degree tilt time, and the PV module is not defined. Close it. First, we can go into the orientation. Clicking on orientation, here only you will have to fix the tilt angle and the field type. For fixing the tilt angle, we'll have to see the loss with respect to optimum. Adjusting the tilt angle, the loss should be 0. So I'm adjusting and getting it as 0. Even at 0, you'll have different global on collector plane. So get that maximum with respect to 0. I'm going to adjust and see which one is the maximum. So for me at 0, it is 1969 kilowatt hour per meter square is the maximum value. So the plane tilt angle will be 15.1. Actually, it is 15 degree is the fixed one. When you see here, you can just match it with the last 0%. It is at maximum. So your thing is done. This is the tilt angle which is fixed for the particular Savita round block location. For fixed tilt plane, if you want to go for another tilt, like you want to have tracking option like horizontal axis, vertical axis, if you want both the tracking, 2-axis tracking, then you will have to do with different tilt angle. You can also click it and see for different tilt angles also you can fix it for different tilt angles for different times. This can also be done, and you can fix for vertical alone. Vertical tilt angle can also be varied. You can tilt and see the variations which is at the output with different variants which can be fixed here at this variant point. Okay, now I'm going for fixed tilt angle. So mine is at 0.1969. okay, 0% loss and 1969 kilowatt hour per meter square. You can also fix for different tilt angle for summer and winter. Okay, now I'm going for yearly irradiation yield as I'm doing a sample project. You can also see variation with respect to azimuth angle. If azimuth angle is varied, the loss with respect to optimus is increasing, so I'm going to fix it as 0 itself. At 0 degree, I'm getting the maximum global on collector plane, so I'm clicking OK for it. Now the orientation is defined, it will show green in color. Next, I'm going for defining the system. When you click on the system, what happens? Here, this is the grid system definition for variant VC0. I'm going to take the VC0 variant. So what is the planned power? That should be entered now. What is the planned power? Ours is 5 megawatt. So I have to, since here it is mentioned as 5 in kilowatt, I'll have to enter 5000 megawatt. So 5000 kilowatt is nothing but the 5 megawatt plant. Resize it. Resize, you will get the available modules. It will be calculating and giving you an output. After that, you will have to enter the PV module. First enter the planned power. You can go for planned power or you can go for available area. If I want to calculate for the available area, then you can enter this one and you can calculate the planned power also. Either can be done. Okay, the fixed tilt angle is fixed, and next you have to enter the PV module. PV module, click on all, and then I'm going to go for available, and it can be a Trina Solar. I'm just taking 300 watt peak solar panel. You can take anything which you want. I'm going to take this one. For this, the minimum voltage that can be operated at 60 degrees is 31 volt, and maximum voltage that can be operated is 50.5 volt. If you want more in detail about this solar panel, then you can click open and see what are the details. The reference condition, short circuit current, maximum power point value, the temperature coefficient, what will be the variation in the current with respect to temperature can also be seen here. All those details can be seen here in this page. Module area, everything is really given. Okay, for detailed study you can click on and see. And next you have to select the inverter, because if you want to know detailed about this page before entering the details, you can click on the simplified sketch. This is the overview of the system. See, PV array we have defined, this diode is inbuilt, and the system has to be defined. System is nothing but the inverter or the power conditioning unit, and this has to be connected to the load. Now we have defined the PV array as 300 watt peak PV array, and we have to go for the system. Okay, I'm going to close it and I'm going to select the inverter. I'll go for Sungrow. There are many other things. You can also select ABB, Siemens, and type of inverters. You can. I'm going to go for 2500 watt. 2500 kilowatt. So here the operating voltage is from 520 to 850 watt. Volt. The maximum input voltage can be go up to 1000 volt. To know in depth about this inverter, you can click here and see. You can see here the minimum MPPT voltage which is needed for operating is 520, maximum is 850, and the power threshold. The power should not exceed above this one, 12474 watt. Nominal power, maximum PV power, and maximum current is also defined for this particular panel. If you want to change the output side AC grid, you can change here. And after going through all these details, efficiency curve, additional parameters can also be included. If you want to go for detailed study, we'll do a project, you can define all these parameters. Now I'm going to click on OK. Now this is also defined. If you want to add MPPT feature, you can click on this, or you can take out that MPPT. I'm going to take out MPPT and do the project. So number of inverters you need is 2. Okay, this part is over, this part is over. Next one is the designing of array. For designing of array, you need to know certain calculations. I'll go for the calculations now. See, see the number of, what is the PV panel which you have selected. The voltage, maximum voltage for the PV panel is 50.5. I'll explain you side by side so that you can easily understand. See, the PV panel maximum voltage is 50.5 and the minimum voltage is 31. Okay, what is the inverter value? The maximum voltage is 1000 volt and the minimum voltage the inverter can Its stand is 520. Okay, so what happened is, see how many panels we want to connect in series to achieve the inverter voltage. That has to be calculated. What has to be done? Then we'll have to divide this 1000 with respect to this voltage. So I am going to divide, and we got 19 numbers round off. For minimum voltage, we have to connect 16 or 17 panels to achieve the inverter's voltage with respect to the panel's voltage. So I got 19 and 17 as the numbers that is defined already here. See, between 17 to 19, you can connect any number of panels in series with this. To get the series, why we are connecting it in series is explained in the previous experiment. Why we are connecting? To achieve the voltage. To achieve the greater voltage, you will have to connect the panels in series. Okay, and what will be the number of panels per string? It is 19 or 17. You can select anything, or you can select also 18 here. And what is the power? Now with respect to the voltage, we have defined that we need 17 or 19, but what is the power range? Okay, power range is one panel has 300 watt peak. Okay, one panel has 300 watt peak power, so the total output will be 300 into 19, which is equal to 5700 watt, which is nothing but 5.7 kilowatt. But actually what we need is 2520 kilowatt to be connected to the inverter. Here the voltage is matched, but the power is not matched. So what we are going to do is, we need to achieve 2520 kilowatt. So I'm going to divide 2520 with 5.7 kilowatt. So number of strings we need is 442. I'm dividing that with this, so I'm getting 442 number of strings to be connected to the panel, to the inverter, to achieve the power range. This is for one load factor. I mean 2520 is the inverter, and the panel output is 2520. If we connect 442 strings, and one string consists of 19 panels. Okay, you understand? One string has 19 panels, and 442 strings are needed to achieve the power of 2520 kilowatt, which we have taken as inverter. Okay, now if the output of panel is 2520 kilowatt and the inverter is 2520, certain times the output of solar panel will not be 2520 as it will vary according to the solar irradiation. So we will have to take 1.2 load ratio as load ratio, not as 1. It should be taken as 1.2. It means 20% increase in value. Okay, so what will be the output? I need 3024 kilowatt solar panel output to be connected to the inverter, such that you will achieve 1.2 times of load ratio. So for that 3024 kilowatt solar panel, I need 530 number of strings. In a string, I need 19 number of panels. So what will be the total number of panels connected to a inverter? This 530 into the number of panels, which is equal to 10,080 number of panels needed for a particular inverter. How many number of inverters we have? We have two inverters. So the number of strings that is need to be connected to in both the inverters are 530 into 2, which is nothing but 1061.526 numbers. Okay, it is round off. If we round off, we will get it as 1061 numbers of strings. Okay, 1061 number of strings with 19 panels per string to achieve the voltage. Okay, now what will the total number of panels then? 1061 into 19, which is equal to 20160 number of panels needed for the total system. What we have to enter here is number of strings. What is the number of strings? 1061 for two inverters. So I'm going to enter 1061 as the value here. After entering, everything will be changed and it is fixed. So you can see, click on show sizing and see the value here. The PVRA 5729 kilowatt peak, and the P nominal will be equal to 1.14. The inverter room types value, the power sizing can be seen here. Close it. After everything, you can click on system overview and see whether we have fixed it right one. See 1 MPPT input, and the total value, the temperature will be here, shown here. For delta angle is fixed, everything is fixed. So I'm going to close After entering all these details, you can see the details here. We are connecting Trina Solar at 1061, number of strings. SunGrow inverter is connected in 2 in number, and 1 MPPT is connected for both inverters. And global system summary is also seen here. Click on OK. Now the system is defined. If we want, we can add the detailed losses to the system. I'll explain you the detailed losses, which is important. Okay. See, we have to integrate the fully insulated back value. If you don't integrate, then the loss factor will not be right. So in order to fix the constant loss factor, we'll have to click on integration with the fully insulated. If not, you can go for free mounted modules also. The air circulation will be done freely. In ohmic losses, the loss factor should be 1.5 always. If we see that the module has voltage drop, then we'll have to fix the voltage drop here. If not, you can leave it as it is. This has to be fixed. How to fix this module quality is, module efficiency losses should be defined according to the module. So go to the module first. I'll have to go to the system, click on the module and see what is the module percentage. Here it is plus 1.6 tolerance, so I'll have to enter minus 1.6. So I'll close this and go to detail losses. In the module, I'll have to enter minus 1.6. Okay, enter minus 1.6. What is the light induced degradation? If you don't know all these details, let us fix it as 2% or 3%. Let it be 2. I'll have to, if you want, if you know the right value, you can fix it as the right value. Soiling. What is the soiling loss? It is due to the dust, so it can be taken as 5%. It depends upon the area. If the area is fully filled with soil erosion happens, then you'll have to increase the soil loss factor. IAM loss can be seen here, incident angle loss. This is due to the refractive index of the glass which is fixed on the solar panel. If you want, you can add the auxiliary losses. I'm not going to add any auxiliary losses. And this aging factor loss is main, as we will have to include all this aging factor in the detailed losses while doing simulation. Okay, now I am not going to include any aging factor as of now. Unavailability in the sense, if this has to be included for maintenance and shutdown. I'm going to take it as 2% loss for unavailability. So the number of periods is 3. So I can define that for this date, for this time, the solar panel will not give up. I can define it here. Let it be the default one. Set random. So it will be setting random values. If you know the right value, when we are going to plan the shutdown, then we can frame it here. Spectral correction is not needed. Click on OK. Now the detailed losses is fixed. Next, we'll have to click on horizon and see the sunspot. See, on our plane, this is our backside, this is our behind the plane. So in this area alone, we'll get the shading losses. Okay, click on OK. Now the important part comes, the near shading. In near shading, we'll have to go for a new shading scheme and click on construct perspective for constructing the shading. In this screen, this is a new screen where we have to define the shading with respect to the solar panel design. You can go for file and read screen, and you can take the walls and the trees which is available like this, or you can go for a new one. You can create a new one using the PV table. If you click on the PV table, you can define the types of things which is available, or else you can close it and you can do a new one. Right now, if we create tables one by one, we cannot complete it, as the number of as the area and the number of panels which we required for our project is very high, since we have taken 5 megawatt project. So what is the option we have is, we can go for the tools. This is table zone. Click on table zone. You can select the area. Okay, before selecting the area, you will have to know how much area is needed for doing the project. For knowing the area, we'll have to close this and see the active area. See, for creating 5 megawatt project in our round block, we need 37,057 meters square. This is active area. I mean, the active area is nothing but the solar panel area alone. We should not create the total area as 37,557 meters square. It should be doubled at least. Okay. If we have area constant, then we can reduce it. If not, we can double it. Okay. For getting clear structures. Okay. First, zoom it out so that you can easily create it. You can take rectangular, or if a structure is polygonal or anything like a free structure, you can draw it using free structure. I'm going to take a rectangular and I'm going to draw it here. While drawing itself, you can see the active area and the total area. On doubling, you'll have to take at least 80,000, at least 76 or 78,000 meters square. So I'm going to take 78,000 meters square. See, let it be 77,084.55 meters square. After this, you'll have to click on field properties for filling the modules. Okay, for filling the modules, we need to know what is the tilt angle. Our fixed tilt angle is 15 degrees, so I'm going to take 15 degree here. And the width is nothing but the module width along with the spacing which we are going to give. Upon clicking the module, you can see that next we can go for the x value and the y value. Now I am going to take 19 modules as I've defined it there, and the y axis it is 1. So adjust to modules, it will be adjusted. If you want, you can go for landscape option also. This is the module width. The module width is nothing but 0.992 meters. So in basic parameters, the width will be 1.98. It is doubled. Okay. Now I've entered all those details. The area required is also defined here. This is the active area. This is the total area. In parameters, you have total area which you have selected. And after doing all these things, adjusting the modules, we have to close the object, and the pitch is nothing but the double the value of the module. Pitch is nothing but the double the value of module. Double the value of module in the sense, here the module is 1.98 meter, so doubling will get 3.98. so let it be 3.98. It can be 1.5% or 2%. I am going to take 2%, so 3.98 meter. After clicking on and filling the pitch value, this table spacing is nothing but the space between one panel and the next panel. So this is 0.2, this is 3.98. Note these values. After noting this value, click on fill zone. Now it will take some time to fill the solar panels for all the area which we have defined with the parameters which we have defined. The pitch is the value between one panel starting and another panel ending. We have given table spacing as 0.2 meter. With this calculation, it will fill. See, this has been filled. If you want, you can zoom it in and see where is this 3.98 is. You can measure using this measure value. See, from this point to this point, if you calculate, it is 3.98. Okay, this is 3.98. And what is table spacing? Click on measure. Click escape. This is 0.20 is nothing but this to this. This to this is 0.2. Okay. This is here 0.2. Okay. This is table spacing, and the distance between this point and this point is your pitch. Okay. If you reduce the pitch, then the panel spacing, the space between two panels will get reduced. That's it. Okay. After filling all these things, you can zoom out we have filled the total area, and the active area is nothing but 364,74 meters square. We have filled the total area as 77,084.55 meters square. After filling all this, come down here. We have shading animation. In shading animation, you can run the simulation and see what happens to the shading. Okay, when we run the simulation, click on the 3D view. Clicking on 3D view, we can run the simulation. See, the sun is traveling from east to west. While it travels, the shading loss on a clear day is calculated. See, this is 1 per unit. How much shading loss is there? At 7 o'clock and at 5:30, you are getting 0.25. It is equal to 0.3. It means 30% loss at 7 o'clock and 5:30 p.m. Okay, this is going to be the loss factor for your particular project. Okay, you can close the scene, or you can vary and see what happens to the loss percentage if we have reduced the pitch. See, I'm going to reduce the pitch to 1.5%. It means 3 meter is 1.5% of the module structure. So I'm going to fill the zone with respect to the pitch. If we fill the zone, it will recalculate the values with this pitch value. The table spacing is fixed common. The active area is fixed, and the total area is fixed. Active area is also fixed, but we are going to change the pitch alone. With respect to the change in pitch, it is going to fill the tables. After filling, see, you just run the simulation again. If you run the simulation, what happens? You can see sun is traveling from east to west. The loss percentage at 7 o'clock is increased from 0.3 to 0.5, almost 0.47. Okay, and at 5:30 also it is increased from 0.3 to 0.57. So when the pitch is nothing but the distance between one panel to another panel is reduced, the shading loss factor on a clear day is increased, and the beam linear loss is increased to 0.4%. This is the impact of your pitch value. So I'll maintain it at 2%. So this is equal. I'm going to fill it again and calculate the. I'll fill it again. Just filling the zone. After filling the zone, you can see the screen objects also. While filling, I cannot disturb the system. It is going to fill, and it will take some time to complete it, as it is going to fill for the total area of 77,084.45. So it is filled. I am going to run the shading simulation again. What is the shading loss factor? It will be back to 0.1% beam linear loss, and the total loss will be 0.3. Okay, 3 means 30%. So after doing all these things, close the scene, and after closing, we have calculated only for one day. The system will calculate for the whole day. Okay, after calculating, it will say the shading scene has been modified. You want to check? Yes. Click on yes. After clicking on yes, this table will be filled. Okay, it is filling the table. When you click on the table, see, it is going to fill it. If you see what happens, this is from south to north, north to south and east to west. Only at this 3 points, okay, and only at 2 degree with respect to 180 degree, we have losses, because the panel, the sun is behind the panel only at these 3 points. All other points we have profit. Okay, so with this we can recompute and we can close it, and everything is calculated. If you want, you can see this graph also. See, this is the shading loss, and it is above this. Only at this point and this point, the sunlight is behind the solar panel. Okay, for this tilt angle, which we have fixed already, we have selected fixed tilt. So after calculating, now we can click the system overview and see what happened. system overview is very big right now, so it is calculating, keeping on calculating. See, it's a plan, everything is given. Okay, for orientation, different orientation we have calculated. If you want, you can go through, but you can see that in the reports. Click on OK, and then clicking on OK, everything is done. Now we have to save it. Okay, new variant, can be new variant, save it, and it is ready for simulation. If you want, you can go for advanced simulation. If not, you can have it as it is. Okay, this is what. Now we can run the simulation for everything. When you click on run simulation, the total project will be running over and the report will be ready for you. In this report, you can do economic evaluation, you can calculate the loss diagram, and everything can be done. The details will be seen on the top, and daily input output diagrams, daily output power distribution is also seen here. Okay, the performance ratio, array temperature, everything is seen. Save it. Click save, click, and then you can save it. It is saving, takes some time. Save. After saving, it's saved. Then close. Now we can check out the report from the system. PVSys will give you a detailed report on the details which you have given and also the results overview. You can download the results as PDF and you can send it to the client. Let us take it as a client. Hide this panel. When you zoom it in, you can see Savita 5 megawatt P new. I have given it as power. Okay, 5 megawatt power new project. The latitude for the particular location, everything is given. The round block meteo data is taken from meteo norm. Okay, and what is the tilt angle, what is the number of sheds we have given, what is given here, collector width is given, and what is the PV array which you have taken. See, what are the number of modules, it is defined as 18 modules, and everything is calculated, which you have calculated before is shown here. Then the inverter details, sun grow, the model number, and the power value, total power, open circuit voltage, and the overall voltage is given. PV array losses is given, loss factor is defined, and this is your structure which you have filled east to west. This is the horizon or sunspot. Near this point it is you are losing, and this is your simulate the first variant which you have calculated. Normalized production ratio is given. See, balance and main results. See, what is the global horizon? What is the grid value? Since we are connected to grid, what is the grid value? Everything which you have seen before. This is the final one. The loss diagram over the whole year. See, 1926 kilowatt hour per meter square is the generated one, but what we are getting is only 15.4%, 15.46%. Usually in solar we'll get maximum efficiency of 18%. Now for this tilt angle for the particular panel and the inverter which we have defined, we are getting only 15.46%. If you want, you can vary the tilt angle with respect to this day wise and with respect to the season, and we can try to increase the efficiency of this STC such that the client will be convinced. They can be convinced, and our product can be, our design can be approved. Thank you.